Okay, guys, thanks for sticking with me, and thank you for all the likes, the shares, the comments, the reposts, and really, really pleased, and thank you. So now let's go for the big one, eh? This is the fourth potential reason for why all of the military top brass of America are meeting in one place next week. And unless you've been living under a rock, you would have heard about the Three Eye Atlas, okay, which is an interstellar thing, an anomaly, everyone is calling it. NASA don't know what it is. It defies all science that we know, but as human beings, what the hell do we know in regards to comets and how this thing is coming through our solar system. It's the third ever entity that we've observed to be able to do that. And the thing is as large as Manhattan, okay? It's over 9 miles wide, 14 miles long. This thing is quite remarkable. There seems to be a light, if you believe what NASA and some of the independent astronomers are saying, at the front, not at the back. Is trailing carbon dioxide, which apparently can't happen naturally. It does seem that this is an entity made from a material that we do not recognize, something that may not be found in our solar system and therefore defies modern science. Now, it's come from, they believe, the Lyran area of space, okay, the Lyran constellation. And for those who are UFO buffs, you know, if you know, you know. The Lyrans are supposedly the cat people, okay, the people that have the feline link to them, which explains why we have this affinity with cats. These beings, supposedly, if you look through the evidence of abductions and contacts in the past, have been largely benevolent. Okay, so these are not the greys, these are not the abductors, the abusers, the probers, all that type of thing. This is a very beautiful, very sleek and slender race of beings. Okay, that's what people have seen in the past. Now, this always will defy a lot of people's belief, right? Because we only know what we know. And as human beings, we're learning all the time. We're making big progresses in science all the way through. And as Jodie Foster said in Contact, very famous film, she said, if we're the only beings in the whole universe, it sure would be a waste of space. And I agree. I totally agree. I mean, it doesn't make any sense when you consider that this supposed miracle of humanity, if you believe Darwin's theory, which is, to me is total rubbish, it explains things up into the what do they call it, the missing link, and after that it's all different. Okay, so there is something miraculous about us. We didn't just come from apes, otherwise there would be no apes. We got all of that stuff going on. And I think one of the scariest things of all of this is not that we are not alone in this world, right? We're not alone in this universe. But what if we are? I mean, wouldn't that be scarier to know that there was nothing else out there, that it's only us? I don't buy that, I've got to say. So there is a lot of conjecture. They've seen this thing change trajectory, which again cannot happen normally. They've seen it speeding up as it goes towards the sun, which is again different to how they would expect interstellar objects. And they know that it's not actually going to hit us. Okay, so that is one thing I think we can probably be thankful for, that at least it's not a giant piece of rock that's heading for us to create an extinction level event, you know, or an ELE. Now they're saying it's on course, just change course, to crash into Mars. Now this I found really very, very interesting. It has altered its trajectory to go to Mars. Now, okay. Now what's been happening in Mars recently? Again, if you know, you know. There's been a lot of investment in Mars. Elon Musk, right, wants to go to Mars. You got the Mars rover bringing imagery for the first time and seeing things that are anomalies in Mars. But what do we know about Mars? Right, we see it in the sky. It's the red planet. It's the god of war, which is interesting, is it not? We have always had in popular pulp fiction and in our stories, we've always thought that it would be Mars, right? There's a film Mars Attacks. There's a film War of the Worlds was about Mars. Everyone just believed in pop culture that Mars was going to be the aggressor, hence being called, the god of war. But isn't it interesting as well that all of these generals are being brought together in one place? And who do they represent now? Not the Department of Defense, but the Department of War. Does this now start to make sense to everybody? This could be an event unlike anything else that history has seen. Have we had visitations from outside? Perhaps. Is there evidence? There's much evidence. There's actually a lot of evidence to suggest that life isn't quite as simple as we thought that it was. But the fact of the matter is that why now? Why now? We're coming to a point where mankind has really shown themselves to be less than capable of directing their own affairs as a species. We're on the brink of nuclear war. We're on the brink of nuclear terrorism. We're on the brink of many extinctions of this beautiful race that the gods or God has created. If you were a sentient being of higher intelligence and you saw this bunch of kids kicking each other in the playground, wouldn't you intervene? Wouldn't you go into that playground if you knew better, if you were the teacher? To be able to stop them from destroying and hurting each other? That would make sense. Makes a lot more sense than a lot of other things out there. So I'm going to do some more videos on this. I firmly believe that something very, very big is about to happen. My only reservation is why only the US generals. If this was a human extinction event, you would expect NATO to be involved. You would expect the Russians, the Chinese, everyone to come together. But wouldn't that be an irony? Wouldn't that be an irony? In the face of absolute distinction, all human beings came together as one species. Wow, you can't make this shit up. That would be the ultimate tagline, the ultimate plot twist, the ultimate feel-good moment in any movie. Everyone coming together, working as one, and being able to show to a higher power that we actually get it, and we get life, and we choose life over death. But what do I know? I'm just an old intelligence operator, but I do join the dots. This is Simon Trezelyan. I wish you well. My love to you, all of you. And please like, share, and repost. Simon Trezelyan, out to you. Bye-bye now.